My name is T.S. Tyrone McKinnon, and I'm the creator and screenwriter of Waiting Until. By trade, I'm a nurse assistant. In fact, August of this year will be 20 years that I've been in the healthcare profession. Not only that, I am also a United States veteran, and I was in the military for 6.5, almost 7 years. And so being in the field of caring for people, this is something that I've also considered of importance. And so not only have I cared for people in the military, now I'm doing it on a nursing profession. Waiting Until is about two young teenagers meeting each other for the first time in high school as freshmen. The character Tyrone is played by Nick, and the character Brenda is played by Joslyn. As they got to know each other throughout their freshman year, they discovered that they had a difference of opinion regarding sex. However, as the film develops, you get an opportunity to see that as a result of having a difference of opinion regarding sex, their friendship diminishes.
Hello, my name is Joslyn Ramirez, and I am playing Brenda Hill in the movie Waiting Until.
I know you want a bad girl. Give 'em all of that. Take us up. Won't give it back.
Brenda Hill is a little good girl. She is smart, she's independent, she's kind of a nerd. Something I definitely don't have in common with her. She's like this quiet, all about school student. I want to get good grades. I want to wait until marriage to have sex. I have great morals. She's the right, and she's not the wrong at all. She's a great girl, has a good head on her shoulders. Kind of quiet, kind of shy. But yeah.
My name is Nick Beatty, and I play Tyrone Jackson in the movie Waiting Until.
If you never had it, boy, you don't know.
Alright, so I play Tyrone Jackson in the movie Waiting Until. And Tyrone, or Ty as he likes to be called by his friends, he's a cool dude starting off high school as a freshman. Walks in a little nervous because he's not the biggest, most studly man on campus, but he does all right. And he meets this girl Brenda. He's not too thrilled by her appearance or nothing, but he sees there's a little something there. So he kind of puts her in the back of his mind, but he's still kind of on the prowl. He's kind of been hit by puberty a little bit, so that's kind of like driving his antics in high school. Going after the ladies instead of just I don't know how to word that. He was not by no means a ladies' man, but he does love the ladies. The ladies just don't seem to love him back. What else would you describe Ty? He's real cool. He has his best friend's Tony. Tony tries to keep his head pointing in the right direction, tell him it's not all about sex, but it seems to go in one ear, out the other with this guy.
The reason why I wrote Waiting Until is because by trade, I am a nurse assistant and have been for over 19 years. As a result of caring for many people, I noticed that we were caring for a lot of teenage girls between the age of 13 and 16 that were pregnant. And then a lot of the young men between the same ages were being admitted due to sexually transmitted disease. Well, I took it upon myself to ask, what happened? What caused them to be in that predicament? And the majority of their answers was they didn't have their parents or an authoritative figure to talk to. And so I decided to write a screenplay in hopes of getting young people to rethink the matter of sex. And my goal also is to encourage parents to not only talk to their children about sex, but about life in general. Because our children, they are our future.
I became part of the project Waiting Until by my actual modeling agency. T.S. McKinnon and Matt Nacito both contacted my manager, asked her if she had any people that were willing to audition. So she gave me a call and she was like, Joslyn, would you like to drive to Hanford, audition for a movie called Waiting Until? And I was kind of excited but nervous at the same time because I've never really acted before, especially such a big project. So I just said yes, and I went, and I was supposed to actually be part of the smaller roles. And so when I actually went up there, right before I went up there, I was like telling my friends, like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go up there. Like, I was really about to walk out, and they're like, Joslyn, you just made us go in there. Like, you need to go in there. I was like, I don't want to go, and I was like, you know what? If I want to do this, I need to go. So I went, and I walked in and met Matt and TS, and they gave me a script, and I read it, and they were in shock, and they were like, we need you to read the actual script to the movie. Brenda's role, exactly. And I read it, and I got the part. Well, I walked out, and I was kind of excited because the reactions were very well. And I was like telling my mom, like, Mom, they smiled, and they made me read the actual script. Oh my gosh, this might be something great. And kind of went to go eat ice cream after that, jump for joy. And after that, a few weeks later, got a call back for the role of Brenda. So I actually had auditioned 3 times for the role of Brenda. I got a call back again, and I showed up to that. And then I was in competition for another girl after that, with another girl after that. And so our third callback was, it's either me or her. And I was like, I gotta give it my all. Third callback, did it, gave it my all, and that's when they told me, it's safe to say you got the role of Brenda Hill. And I was just super excited.
Well, I just recently got started acting professionally. You know, that stemmed from a lifelong desire to perform. I've always had a passion for performance in general. You know, in high school, I was always a class clown. You know, nothing, no school supervised productions or anything. It was a lot of just math class antics. You know, but I was in 2-3 plays all in high school. That was about it. Other than that, it's just hanging out at work or with my friends, making somebody laugh. But it was that kind of joy that finally, like, you know, caught a little flame. And I was like, you know what? One day I just decided, you know, let's just forget the fear. Let's try some acting. Let's try it professionally a little bit. So found Tyrone's ad on Craigslist, looking for actors for his movie Waiting Until, and I kind of just wandered in there, and that became my first professional acting experience. So never done anything professionally. It's always been, you know, just jokes on the fly. I grew up in a circus, really. It's a family of characters. My dad being in the military, we traveled a lot. You know, I was always in a new school, new set of faces, new people to connect with. So I got used to being in front of strange people, but still being myself, still having fun. When I reached high school, that's when I started turning my head toward a little more structured performance. I got into a couple of plays. You know, it really wasn't my cup of tea, really. I like to do my own thing. But luckily we had these school productions called experimental theater. What that is just production. It's kind of like a high school version of the Saturday Night Live. Sketch after sketch, improv. That's my thing. So in high school, that's really what I focused on, was just, you know, just playing around with friends, you know, nothing. And in high school, I thought about going to film school or getting into acting seriously, but it's always been a fear thing with me. You know, I didn't get too brave until, you know, probably about a year or so ago. So lately I've been kids with a camera kind of thing. Me and a bunch of friends will go out shoot something, post it on YouTube real quick. I've done a couple of YouTube videos, music videos, and little short film kind of things. You know, it's just having fun. But that's kind of what it's all about for me.
My interest in becoming an actress started when I was a young girl. I used to watch Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, and I always thought, why can't I be one of those kids on the big screen? Growing up, I've never been the shy type. I was a cheerleader, a softball player. When we had assemblies, of course, they would let me know, Joss, you want to be a part of this play? Or for homecoming, we did awesome plays, joined all of that. I was involved in high school very much because I just love entertaining people. I have a real great passion for it. Then one day my dad and mom were like, you know what, people keep telling us, why don't you put Joslyn in acting or modeling? And they didn't really know where to start because, you know, small town, you know, not really, can't go further from here. Well, that was our thought process, but we found K-Model and Talent Agency, and my dad signed me up, and I auditioned and made it, and ever since then I've been booking so many jobs. I've done an Orloff jewelry commercial. I've done a gala fashion show. I've done about 10 music videos by now. There's a agency in LA that wants to sign with me, so I'm probably going to be doing that very soon.
I felt that it's very important that I get a good director. And so what I did, I asked a young lady named Bonnie Lee, she is the producer of CentralValleyTalk.com, if she knew of anyone that could possibly help me direct my film. And so she gave me the name of Ed Price. Ed Price has his own company, which is called Ed Price Entertainment. So after she gave me his number, I gave him a call. And I asked, first of all, I told him who I am and how I got his phone number and his name. And I asked if he would mind meeting with me so that we can discuss him possibly being my director. And so Ed agreed. And so after sitting with him, I got an opportunity to see that he's very passionate at what he does, be it producing, acting, directing. And also, throughout our conversation, he got a chance to see my passion regarding my screenplay. And so after we had over an hour discussion regarding my film and my objective, I asked, based on what I loved about his passion, if he would have a problem directing my film. And so what I did, to pique his interest, I gave him a copy of my screenplay. And I figured if he had a copy of the screenplay, it would pique his interest to really want to direct my film. In fact, not only did it do that, a couple days later, not only did he tell me that he would be interested in directing my film, but he also agreed because I asked, because I needed a father for Brenda again being played by Joslyn. I needed a father, and his name is Mr. Hill, if Ed would have a problem being the dad. That, of course, would mean, okay, now he has multiple roles. Not only has he agreed to direct the film, but he's also agreed to be a part of the film itself by playing Mr. Hill. And so I feel that having him on board is a tremendous blessing. It's giving us both an opportunity to see what we can do in regards to this film. And so I can't wait to continue to work with him as we start production.
Since the auditions for Waiting Until, I have created friendships with a couple of the cast members. The role of Melissa is actually acted by my friend Raman. We met through K Agency, we weren't that close, and then we were like hanging out more and more. Then we went to the audition, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I got the role of Melissa," and I was like, "That's kind of crazy because Melissa is Brenda's maid of honor," and it's weird because now Raman and I hang out so much. Like she's like by my side. She's like my left arm, and we've created friendship. We go shopping all the time. We hang out all the time. As a matter of fact, I convinced her to move into the same apartment complex as me. So now she's living at the same location I'm living at, and she dropped me off at work today. Like, we're just always together. Nick, who plays Tyrone in the movie, he and I have, oh my god, he's a character. He is a character. We've hung out a couple times. Where I live, we have like a lobby where you can play games and stuff. So he'd be like, "Woman, we're playing ping pong. Get ready, I'm on my way over there." So we have a couple of fun moments. Damaris, who plays the role of Tina, she has been my friend through K Agency, and she's very sweet. Along with her father, who I think is a minister in the movie. I'm not quite positive, but yeah, created a couple friendships. It's great, it's fun. I'm super excited to film with them now.
Waiting Until originally was entitled I Won't Have Sex Until. I had the vision and the thoughts that was necessary to write the screenplay, but it wasn't written in the proper format that screenplay is supposed to be written in. And so what I did, I called Fresno State and I spoke with the director of the drama section, and I asked if they knew anyone that could possibly help me with my screenplay, basically formatting it for me. Well, they introduced me to Jason Wada, and Jason and I met. In fact, he lives here in Fresno, and so we made arrangements after talking to each other on the phone to meet each other. In fact, we met at Denny's here in Fresno, and I showed him my screenplay, well, my version of a screenplay, and I asked if he would mind helping me formatting it the way a screenplay is supposed to be written, and he agreed. He agreed after he read the screenplay, because he wanted to see if it was something that he wanted to invest his time in. And Jason agreed. After he read the screenplay, he called me the next day and he said, "Hey Ty, I would love to help you format this. So I'm gonna do that for you." And fortunately, not only did he format this for me, Jason was a part of my first audition. As I mentioned earlier, this is a 7-year project. And so my first audition for I Won't Have Sex Until was in 2009. In fact, the Hanford Sentinel came out and did an article on my first audition for actors. And so Jason was there. In fact, it was the July 2009 edition of the Hanford Sentinel. And so they did an article. They also interviewed Jason and myself, and they got an idea of why I wrote the screenplay. And so they added to the article statistics within the Kings County area regarding teenage pregnancy and sexually transmitted disease. And at that time, in 2009, Kings County, out of all the counties of California, was the highest in statistics when it came to teenage pregnancy and sexually transmitted disease. And they briefly wrote an article and attached that to what they wrote about me. My goal after producing Waiting Until is to contact as many public schools, high school systems within the United States, and actually give them a copy of the film itself so that they can show their high school students the film, because I feel that it's very important that our young people, not just within my local community, but within the United States, get an opportunity to see what I'm trying to accomplish. And that is to get our young people around the United States to rethink the matter of sex.